We honor and acknowledge that the University of Denver, as well as all of us here today, that we are on the traditional territories and ancestral homelands of the Cheyenne, Arapaho, and Ute tribes. We recognize that the indigenous peoples as the original stewards of this land and all the relatives within. Let us acknowledge also the painful history of genocide and forced removal from this territory. It is because of their sacrifice that we are given the chance to be here, to learn and share knowledge. We respect the diverse indigenous communities whom are still connected to this land on which we gather. And with that said, I'd like to turn it to my colleague here, Taylor.
The pioneer nickname has long represented the violent and the colonial history of the westward expansion, settler colonialism, oppression, and genocide. Pioneer also represents the history that DU was a part of. Founder of the university, John Evans, was responsible for the Sand Creek Massacre in 1864, the same year that DU was founded. A pioneer is not an explorer or a trailblazer, but rather a force of destruction and eraser. Pioneers killed indigenous people and stole their land. Pioneers do not represent the spirit of the student body at DU. And I also want to know that the pioneer nickname contributes to the bigger problem of racism, oppression, microaggressions towards marginalized students that are experiencing both internal and external hardships attending this institution, impacting their academic success, mental health, and well-being.
You know, I bet right now John Evans is in his grave all turned right now because he's freaking out. Never did he know that 100, 200 years later that indigenous brown person would be sitting here talking against him, talking against his institution and holding his institution accountable.
I know that students before me have fought for the removal of the pioneer, and I really wish that they could be here to see all of this because this is really amazing to witness right now. And it is time that DU to be held accountable and to remove the pioneer nickname once and for all. We will not take no for an answer. We will no longer be silent. As indigenous students, we are not going anywhere, and we do belong here. And to the DU administration, you're either with us or against us. And one more last thing, no more pioneers.